why don't we start this party off now? Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News. I've got my Christmas casual on, as it were. We're going to do a Friday live stream, trying to do more Friday lives, or as I call it, a lie stream, which is going to be me sharing more lies. Now, they're not necessarily new lies, but I got to tell you, I mean, I'm going through paperwork. Hold on. My wife, she's a highly sensitive person, and she doesn't like it when I spray cologne near the baby. So let's just, hold on. I got to get this party started right now. I want to feel good. Again, not a sponsor, although Yves Saint Laurent makes a really good cologne. YSL. Again, not a sponsor. Just letting you know if you need a last-minute stocking stuffer. And speaking about stuffing things in places they don't belong, let's go, or maybe they do belong. Let's go to the throat baby story of 2023. This is like when COVID-19 lasted till COVID-20, COVID-21. This is the story of 2023, and can you believe it? Going into 2025. Now, some people must think I'm crazy. By the way, we've already received one downvote. I'm assuming it's because we have someone in the audience who doesn't know good style when they see it. But if you could also hit the like button an odd number of times. One works. Oh my gosh, we already have a Merry Christmas super chat. Look at that one. Rebecca K. 40 big ones. Thank you so much, Rebecca K, for the Merry Christmas super chat. Do you know how many Starbucks iced coffees I can buy with that? 3. No, I'm kidding. Probably at least 6. But no, I appreciate that. That's going to go a long way. This morning, I'm actually doing the remnants of a large, this is what I do. I'll buy a large iced coffee, and then if I don't drink it all, I'll save it for the next day, whatever's left, and then add my own brew to it. So this is primarily a home brew, or a cold brew, I should say, from home. I'm going to share with you guys what I believe to be is never before seen correspondence and never before seen lies from Laura Owens. Now, it's always interesting to see the fraud, the HCG level, but the story of how we got to that fraud is fascinating. It is fascinating. Trisha says, a Hawaiian Christmas shirt? I like it. Yeah, who gave me this? Let me know. Someone in the comment section gave me this. Teresa says, poo to downvote baby L. Yeah, somebody sent me a photo of baby Jingy. Let me see if I have it here. Oh my gosh, hold on, check this out. This is a photo of baby Jingy. We have people in our audience that are so good at putting together all of the detective work that someone was able to track down a photo of baby Jingy from when he was just a little boy. And I got to tell you what, I don't know where things went wrong, but he was quite adorable. Look at this. This was, guys, I know what you're going to say. I already know what you're going to say. Dave, that's artificial intelligence. No, it's not. This is real. That's a real coiffed baby sitting atop. I guess, I don't want to be sued for this. It is fake. This is not real. This is just like the babies. This photo is fake, but it is a cute one. So thank you for all of the baby Jingy artwork you're doing out there. I got to think in the middle of not being triggered by ego, like in the middle, like when he's not having a dick measuring contest with me, which, not something I want to do. But I feel like that's kind of what he's stuck in right now. When he's not doing that, when he takes himself out of being the sort of middleman of this sort of like smear campaign or whatever the hell they're trying to do, you got to think he appreciates our humor. Like, I almost wonder if we're all dancing in a Christmas party, rocking around the Christmas tree, and then he's on the outside looking through, wishing he could be invited. I would love to invite him. And again, to be quite honest, it's pretty simple what we would need for him to be invited. He'd have to apologize to my wife, like a real sincere apology. You know what a good sincere apology looks like. And he'd have to probably admit his client's been lying and abusing the court system. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'd be happy to break bread or scone. I'd be happy to break scone with him. But it's not something that's on my to-do list. And I would never chum up to him without sort of like very basic concessions, which of course I just laid out, reasonable things to just admit you were using intimidation tactics to a pregnant woman and trying to force, because this is what they do, right? Is they try to force you where it hurts, right? They try to get you where it hurts, and they try to get you with your family. And luckily he doesn't understand how strong my wife is. I truly believe this. When you work in entertainment, everyone thinks of entertainment of the rich people in entertainment. When you work in entertainment for as long as my wife and I have, you build a thick skin because you deal with a lot of rejection. My wife's job as a model, both when she was doing print work and on the runway and also in the world of fit, her job is to be judged by people that would never judge you. Yeah, I know it's hard to explain, and it's hard, and I understand people wouldn't like sympathize with her, but it's a hell of a psychological mind F to deal with, and I think she's built a lot of tough, thick skin from working in that industry and really thriving in that industry. So anyhow, didn't work for him, but again, we'll get to some of the receipts. We're just going to let some more folks come in. Let's wait till we get about 600 people in the chat. We're at 415. And maybe if we can get those thumbs up to about 250, that would be nice. Amy said we just had another thumbs down. So, okay, I guess we triggered somebody. Someone doesn't like us. That's fine. That's what Jan and Laura are in the chat. Very good. Good to see you. Exit sign says, bring your own apology and lemonade. Carrie says, careful, Dave. He's going to file a motion to compel lunch. Then I'm not hungry. How about that? I just ate. Thank you. You know what? I just got a $40 super chat. I'd rather sit in a Panera Bread by myself. How about that? I'd rather sit in a Panera Bread while I'm on ketosis, not letting myself eat carbs. I would rather tempt myself by staring down croissants than, All right, Bruce is in the chat. The moment the haters realize downvotes are the same as upvotes for the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, no, I think, I truly believe this. I think most downvotes are good. It's like when our friend Mimi is in the audience. Hey, Mimi from Pittsburgh. She's probably trying to get her YouTube set up and hit the wrong button. That's what I assume downvotes are. Just people that were, having so much fun, they accidentally slipped and spilled their coffee on the downvote button. Lauren's in the chat. Good to see you, Lauren. I was watching your live stream last night. Says, hey, Teresa, I don't have a baby mic, but I did just get another one in the mail. Oh, very nice. Another what in the mail? Hopefully nothing bad. Is Baby G in the chat? I don't know, maybe. Baby G was commenting on our last video. He never really, and I don't care. Like, he has no problem, and I'm not baiting him because I'd rather not. But I don't have any desire to block him. It's like, all right, join the club. If you want to join Patreon like Laura did, by all means, go at it. Like, whatever, So I know people are wondering, what could these lies possibly be? Well, it actually dates pretty far back. And rather than... Here, I'm going to walk you guys through a very rudimentary slideshow. I've been putting together slides, just trying to get the story together chronologically. Third downvote. Thank you so much for that. Now, when it comes to the chronology of this whole case, you could spend 10 hours talking about it. I'm trying to develop the chronology of how this all came about to me. So I'll share with you guys some of those moments. Why don't we start? Are you guys ready to go? We'll start right now. Bruce says the downvote from Mimi is platinum. So we start in obviously Chase J. Jones is so important to the lies because you have to understand what was going on with Chase J. Jones at the same time what was going on with Laura Owens. And I'm actually going to share with you blatant denial that she was Chase J. Jones. And of course, you guys know I hate to bury the lead here, but as it turns out, we've irrefutably linked Chase J. Jones to Laura Owens. That being, you guys are so good. It might be, if I could give a Pulitzer Prize to the person who did this, I don't know what sort of award. Can I bestow on someone? You know what? Maybe it's too late for this year, but maybe for 2025, we can bring back the award system. I would love to give my audience different awards. Should we do a Dave Neal award show? We just got our 4th downvote. Thank you so much for that. Should we do I'm just really thriving off of these downvotes. The support I'm getting right now is so amazing. 1 super chat for every downvote. You can't downvote me without sending a super chat. It's a new law I just made. I'm kidding. So Yeah, I would love an award system. Oh, it's now 3 downvotes. So someone must have, bumped their head or something. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm going to stop looking at the downvotes. Okay, so on October 12th, 2023, Chase J. Jones releases this smear campaign. Of course, I'm not going to pull it up. It's, does Clayton Echard have the N-word problem? Look, you zoom all in. Former Bachelor Clayton Echard has an N-word problem. And then, of course, it goes into this weird article about how he's, dancing to a song that it never says the N-word, but, just one of those things that nobody would want an article written about them accusing them of being racist, right? And so this idea, does Chase J. Jones want to cancel Clayton? Because that's kind of the whole big thing with defamation, right? Is you have to prove in one way or another that they have sort of a malicious intent. Well, here it is. This is demonstrably wrong, and Echard deserves to the canceled. So maybe in their haste, Chase J. Jones didn't spell this correctly, but demonstrably wrong, and Echard deserves to the canceled. So clearly they want him to be canceled. Why? For dancing to a song that was, it's almost as if this person doesn't want white people to dance to songs by whatever. I mean, it's not a good look. And by the way, not my call. People can dance to whatever songs they want. I'm not here. I don't know where in the First Amendment it covers which songs you can and can't dance to. I cannot dance well to a lot of songs, but I can still try. Best your bottom dollar. When somebody tells me to slap the flow, I hit the flow. I do. I hit it. I slap the flow. And I get low. That's just what I do. That's what I've been known to do. All right. So on October 13th, the next day, that's it. Okay, hold on. We have alternating things happening. So the day after Chase J. Jones writes this, the day after, Laura sends a video to Steve of her belly getting rubbed by her dad, which of course we find out is her sister's video. Chase J. Jones emails Reality Steve following emailing me. Same thing. Former Bachelor Clayton Echard has an N-word problem. Different email though. He sends this from the email Bachelor Boy. Lauren said, "Prove it, Dave. Dance." I mean, look, I'll get off my seat for the right cause, but I'm not quite there yet. I need to lube up my old limbic system. Lube it up, baby. Motion to jive. Motion to slap the flow. So anyhow, this happens. And again, this is important stuff to know. Chase Jones' YouTube channel created days earlier. So Chase J. Jones creates a YouTube channel, which is actually important because this YouTube channel still exists. This channel still exists. Hey, we got £2 donation from Dawn. Thank you so much, Dawn. I appreciate that. And Debbie says, "I support truth and truth tellers." Debbie with a $5. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. So anyhow, Chase J. Jones exists to the extent that they are now, but by the way, we have 7 downvotes. Is there something wrong? Are people trying to cancel Christmas? I've never seen so many downvotes in my life. All right, we'll move it along. 524 people in the chat. I'll take those 293 upvotes and know that that's way better than 7 downvotes. But what did people want from me? I'm giving away content on a Friday. I don't understand. So anyhow, please, I mean, every time someone sends me a downvote, they should have to FaceTime me and explain the merit of their downvote. Maybe they're like, "Well, the ad-based system was annoying to me." And okay, fine, that's okay. "Well, Dave, I don't like Eve Saint Laurent cologne." Okay, all right, fine. "Your screechy voice." Okay, that works too. Enough. So anyhow, we find out who Chase J. Jones is. Well, excuse me, we don't know who Chase J. Jones is, but after I get the day I get the email from Chase J. Jones, I say, "I want to know who you are. I want to find out who this reporter is. Can I get a little more info? Did you write this press release? If I run with this story of yours, can we do a FaceTime call so I can ask a few questions? Thanks, Dave." Sent it at 1:21 p.m., October 12th. 2 minutes later, Chase Jones says, "I wrote it with someone else, but we can do a FaceTime call." Sure. All right, great. I mean, that's awesome. I'd love to. And we never hear back from Chase J. Jones after that, as far as getting them on the phone to do a FaceTime call. Says we can do it, then doesn't do it. Oh my gosh, Ann, you don't have to do this. I'm mad at you. $50, Ann? That's too kind. Merry Christmas to Dave, Tasha, and Augie. You guys are great. And thank you so much. When we had our gift registry, it was insulting how many presents Anne gave us. You don't have to do that. You don't. I'm now scolding you. Motion to stop Anne from sending us presents. Please. No, Anne, listen, if your love language is giving, I don't want to stop you. I'm just saying I don't know how to accept gifts, but thank you so much for that. $50 from Anne. Merry Christmas to you as well, Anne. How kind. How kind of Anne. All right, moving on. Anne, let's move it on. So here we go. Chase J. Jones joins my Patreon on October 19th, which is pretty interesting because they never leave the Patreon. They just disappear. Do I have my X-Files music? I wasn't really prepared. I'm so sorry, guys. You know, I should really just do better at my job. I can totally understand downvotes for not having my X-Files music. Let me try that one more time for people that weren't ready. Chase J. Jones disappears. Where did they go? All right, you guys, you have to stop. The purpose wasn't for me to get super chats all day. Winks with $20. Have Baby Jingy or Lo ever addressed Chase J. Jones? I'd be curious Jingy's opinion on the timing of Chase J. Jones. Well, he's going to say it was before my time. That's what he's going to say. She does address Chase J. Jones, and I'm getting to that. Now, did she ever, has she ever mentioned Chase J. Jones since she's been caught in a bold-faced lie? No, not that I know of. But that's okay. You know, maybe Rachel Mitchell will get her to address Chase J. Jones. So there's Chase J. Jones, right? And by the way, I mean, I might title my one-man show, Who the F is Chase J. Jones? That might be the name of it. You know why? Because Chase J. Jones isn't a real person, nobody can claim a copyright to them. Isn't that beautiful? They're just somebody who doesn't have ownership because they're not real. So there they are. They joined. Thank you for your donations, Chase. And then the same day that Chase J. Jones joins my Patreon. By the way, October 2023 was a busy month. This was a busy month. I didn't catch all of this because I think this is when I was in the Maldives, you know, taking my pregnant wife on a nice journey with the baby Augie in the belly. Baby Augie in the belly. So Laura sends me this HCG test, October 19th. There it is, right? 132. We'll call it 132,000 just for fun. I know they got the number wrong. It's just a random number, right? Anything under 4 means you're not pregnant. Now, 132,000 falls right in there's sort of a curve that happens. Your HCG doubles, I think, daily from like 5 to 50, you know, and then all of a sudden within 5 weeks, it's supposed to be at this level. It peters off, but kind of hovers around the 50,000. Again, everybody's different. But when Laura claimed in October that she had an HCG of 131,000, that would have been okay, somewhere in the ballpark. They say it's like between 50 to 200. It's all over the place. It's a very specific number. Now, I'll tell you what number it shouldn't be, 102, because even if the baby had severe issues, with a belly that big in all of the development that should have been going on, I find it hard pressed that the actual level of 102. Listen, if you're 5 months pregnant and you have 102 level of HCG, something's severely, severely wrong. That's never the case. That's a normal thing. Most people don't get their HCG test from the studying that I've done because it's futile. It's like your HCG is going to be what it is. It's like you're pregnant, so it's going to go up, and it's not the indicator that you need that they look at. Unless the more people look at your HCG level, from what I'm told, when you're in fertility treatment, because they're trying to get it to a level that's, you know, good or whatever. So anyway, the day after, and again, some of this information I've never shared. I don't know. Do you guys want to see this or not? I kind of feel like, are we wasting our time here? Do you guys want to see this? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Are you guys ready for this or not? You want some new stuff or not? I don't know. Kind of waiting to see if you guys. Should we do it? A little bit of a delay. I'm just going to wait and see. BS says, keep going. Okay. All right. You want me to keep going? All right. BS says, keep going, Dave. Well, BS says, no, keep going. So does that mean don't keep going or keep going? Pam says, yes. Do you mean yes, don't show the receipts? Or no, keep yes showing? Audrey says, absolutely don't show the receipts. I guess you guys don't want to see this, so that's a short live stream for us, but we can get out of here. All right, fine. Okay, I'll show the receipts. Come on, we'll get into it, you knuckleheads. All right, so here it is. So she sends me this level, and then the next day, I get this email, which is her doubling down. But rather than share this little excerpt of her doubling down. Let's go to that. October 19th. Here's my first email. I've received lots of emails from her, but October 19th, 5:31 p.m. Even in your most recent video you posted 15 minutes before sending this, you said all signs point to the story being true. And then I'm not afraid of saying there's a reason why other lawyers have fired Jane Doe. There's a reason why others haven't wanted to work with her. Who besides Carrie Ramos, who withdrew after she filed a response to the wrong motion to dismiss, which has been ruled. Okay, so she goes on and on and on and on. You then say I hired a Fiverr version of a lawyer. No, I hired the attorney off of Contracts Counsel. So yes, she did hire a lawyer off of Fiverr. Again, Fiverr style lawyer, a lawyer where you say, here, say this, they copy it, paste it, they take your money. She goes on and on and on, but in the, what is that, fifth paragraph, she says, finally, you have said I took a large shit all over the system, whoops, which clogs it up for the next person. And we are in the aspect of the scenario where the toilet is now getting clogged. By the way, why do I sound like, that sounds like something Donald Trump would say. We are in the aspect of the scenario where the toilet is now getting, the toilet's clogged. It's a beautiful toilet, gold toilet, but it's clogged. I've never misused the system. How about that, folks? Oh, Stephanie says I'm buckled for $20. Thank you, Stephanie. Stephanie's buckled. This isn't necessarily a buckle up moment. I mean, it's nothing new, but I just figured on a Friday, why don't we just have fun? Why don't we have fun? You guys want to have fun? Let's have fun on a Friday. Shannon said the first Fiverr mention. That's what's so funny about this is I was basically making fun of her lawyer, and then she emailed that lawyer again to get him to send more ceases and more desists. I don't think the lawyer took it because even though the lawyer probably was okay taking her first check, I don't think he wanted to work with her again. Or she pulled the plug. I don't know. So, she says, I have never misused the system. Can you believe that right there? I have never misused this. And by the way, this is the actual... I'm in my email right now, which means she's probably got a tracker set up so she knows we're talking about this. But of course she knows. She's already watching. Hey, how are you there, Emily, or whatever your new name is? She says, I am pregnant. And by the way, October 20th. I am pregnant. Because remember when her lawyer said she just felt she was pregnant? I am pregnant, as shown by the HCG test results that came back the other day. And by my appointments that occurred with doctors this week who witnessed with their own eyes that I was pregnant. Do you think that in prior generations I would have been thought of as crazy, unhinged, or a stalker? Yes, yes, and yes. Because I asked the father of my unborn children for 2 weeks to see if we could make it work? Okay, that's not what happened. The man would have been you blew him. Do you think in prior generations if you blew a guy, he would think you're pregnant? No. Even in caveman times, you're like, baby, and he's like, ugh, no, baby, and then ugh, run away. You know what I mean? Ugh, not dealing with Lady Ugg's BS. Ugh, like, no HCG, gotta go. When in doubt, ugh, pull out. That's what he tells me. That's some caveman humor for you there. So she says, you were on emails where I offered Clayton the opportunity to come to a sonogram this week that he didn't respond to. Now, again, at this point, and I didn't know this, Clayton had blocked her. Which is very, very interesting. Bruce says 2-week dating contract is not rational. Yeah, I know. A 4-day dating contract, maybe, but 2 week, too far. 2 week, too far. So it goes on and on. You were on emails, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't do that if I wasn't pregnant, nor would I be testing pregnant with levels exactly where they should be at this point in a twin pregnancy if I weren't pregnant. I gave up horseback riding nearly a month ago, despite the fact that my horses live at my house. And by the way, so she says she gave up horseback riding. Do with that information what you want. This is on October 20th. I also purchased other property last month after Clayton screwed me over in our real estate dealings. I was found in violation, blah, blah, blah. I bring this up only because I have been accused of targeting Clayton with no interest in real estate, which was clearly not the case. Well, regardless of her interest in real estate, she clearly targeted Clayton, is my opinion. Please delete anything and everything that you have posted that has referenced me. I'm stunned that you have covered this as if you were there that night. I'm glad I wasn't. That everything happened with Clayton. You were not a fly on the wall and a witness to the sexual activity that occurred. And Clayton was extremely high that night. You haven't been a part of... Listen, I've been high before, but getting high does not... I mean, could you black out getting high? I guess you could black out in any scenario. But yeah, she says, you don't want everyone's mental health to be safe, nor do you care whether or not I'm okay. This is where she begins to use the mental health aspect. I know this because you are talking about how you are going to continue to cover this extensively. Oh, by the way, this was a year and a half ago. Sorry, I lived up to my word. On Patreon, and I also fail to see how that's ceasing and desisting. I'm sure you will view this as snobby. Oh boy. I'm sure you will view this as snobby. But my mom won a Peabody, and my dad is in the National Radio Hall of Fame. My mom won a Peabody. My dad's in the National Radio Hall of Fame. Listen, Laura, you might view this as snobby. I kick ass on YouTube. All right? I get super chats on YouTube. How about that? Take your Hall of Fame, bend it sideways, and shove it up that Hall of Fame ass of yours. Take your Peabodys and stiff them where the sun don't shine. We don't give a fuck about your Peabodys in this house. Okay? This is YouTube, goddammit. We don't give no shit. Peabody can suck on it. She continues. The cold brew hits. Let me ask the comment section. You guys give two shits about a Peabody Award? Tree Shack Lover says, I've smoked a lot of weed and I've never blacked out. Alex says, she's such a narcissist. Bruce says, affirming the consequent. Bruce, explain to us plebeians, explain to us losers that don't know what you're talking about. What does affirming the consequent mean? Tell us. I'd like to know. Bruce always has smarter. I'll be like, take your Peabody and shove it. And then Bruce actually will share like science. Little man says she's looking for a reflected glory hole. Luis is crying. Don't cry. Could you imagine if I get a Peabody Award? Oh my gosh. How do you win a Peabody Award? Hold on. Let me look this up. How do you win a Peabody Award? We need to go in. Final Peabody Award winners are selected unanimously by the program's board of jurors. Do we have anyone in our... We have a big community. Do we have anyone on the board of jurors for the Peabody Committee? Submissions are accepted from a wide variety of sources and styles, reflecting excellence and quality storytelling rather than popularity. Oh, well, guess what my New Year's resolution just became? I got a New Year's resolution to win a fucking Peabody Award. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to win a Peabody Award. That's it. To this year, the good Lord's year of 2025. It's on my vision board. Who's here with me? Who wants to come along for the Peabody Award journey? We're going to bring back the good word of Peabody. All right. Anyhow, this is not the direction I was trying to go in. Oh, boy. I'm going to make a TEDx talk about how to win Peabody Awards. How about that? Well, that's a big old come together moment. All right, speaking of coming together, okay, you get what I'm saying here. So anyhow, she continues. This may come across I'm sure you will view this as snobby, but my mom won a Peabody and my dad is in the National Radio Hall of Fame. And by the way, I've heard that her dad would be a really cool guy. Like outside of this, that he had good values. Again, I don't know. So it's just like, hey, they say the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but if you live on a hill, it could really roll down. Despite what you think, you have tried to cast doubt on me every step of the way, criticizing everything you've been provided, despite not knowing the background, and have given Clayton the benefit of the doubt in every scenario. It's been incredibly hurtful and frustrating, and I will pursue every legal avenue possible if the Clayton paternity scandal videos, including your most recent one from today, are not deleted. All the best, Laura Owens told me. Okay, so that was the email I got. What's the date? What's the date on that? Whatever hold on, I'm just trying to... That was the email I got October 19th. Oh, boy. Do you want to see October 20th? Do you want to see... I don't think you guys want to see October 20th. I kind of feel like... Did I overdo it with the Peabody thing? Maybe you guys just aren't on board with the Peabody stuff. I don't know. We only have 436 likes, 10 downvotes, 762 people in the chat. Exit says the jokes are rolling like big pumpkins. Can you win a Peabody for jokes about Peabody? I don't know. I get Schnitzel Ninja in the crowd says good values, then threw Mike under the bus at the restraining order hearing. Despicable me. So anyhow, yeah, I guess you guys are all set with not getting the Octobers. How good am I going to be as a dad when it comes to teasing August this way? I guess you don't want an ice cream, Nobody wants ice creams in here. All right, fine. I guess I'll just sign off. All right, folks. Well, I guess that's it. So. Not. All right, let's go. All right, Christine Norris wants the 20th. We'll give it to you, baby. All right, you're on board. All right, Bruce says, my claims about journalism. Hold on. The comment sections are flying right now. Bruce says, my claims about journalism are true because my parent has an award. Yeah, that's... Well, my dad won a Purple Heart, so suck my dick, I guess. I don't know. I don't want you to get pregnant. All right, so... My father could beat up your father in a game of, my dad's better at chess. It's like, what are we talking about? All right, fine. You want it? You got it. Don't read ahead. Here it is. The next day, Dave, I didn't have another lawyer write to you. Okay, so I was accusing her on a video of having another lawyer correspondence because that's when we found the Up Council where she was soliciting lawyers to continue to harass me. She says, I'll just go back to the last paragraph. So at this point, by the way, she has sent me this. She sent me this, I believe, on the 19th, right? So she already sent me this. And then here's her response after sending me that. She sent me this right here. Clayton has been invited to a doctor's appointment next Friday with Dr. Jeffrey Blake Higley. Why did she have to include all three names? I can't be faking this. I know his middle name, who will be delivering the babies. And by the way, remember, Baby Jingy tells us that he believes she never confirmed Baby Jingy says she never confirmed the pregnancy because she wasn't going to keep the babies. And yet here on October 20th, the good Lord's year of 2023, she's already got a doctor, a 3-named doctor, by the way. Not too bad. Dr. Jeffrey Blake Higley will be delivering the babies. Well, guess what? YouTuber David Coleman Neal is delivering the truth, you fraudster. She goes, my perinatal specialist is more of a consultant for the high-risk pregnancies. Oh, good. But I'm confused as to why you or he wouldn't believe me when I have made this offer to him and even told him it would mean a lot to me for him to go. If I was afraid I wasn't pregnant or if I needed to circulate fake ultrasounds, I wouldn't be inviting him to one. Plus my medical records, including my HCG results from this week, prove that I am pregnant. By the way, are we not crushing it today on a Friday? There is no amount of fertility drug or fake hormone that could put my levels into the 100,000s. So that should be confirmation that it is real. Ravgen said that my sample got stuck in transit in Tennessee and that they need me to do another sample, which I will do as early as possible next week. Clearly, the results were not up. I heard back late yesterday from a defamation firm, C.A. Goldberg, that I had been in communication with. They have decided to take on my case, and I have discussed in detail with the individuals, including you, and organizations who have actively worked to spread falsehoods about me. All the best, Laura wishing us all the best. Jen said, Dave's energy is awesome today. Oh, yeah. I think on Fridays we'll just bring some fun energy. By the way, I've only got 9 minutes left. At 12, I am going directly into the Patreon. Sorry, I know we're having fun. I wish I had more time. I got to make a baby ornament with my kid. Sorry, we have a child, and he fully needs a baby ornament. So we have to go make one. Anyhow, so at this point, and I just want to be careful of what I share here. So at this point, she's sharing with me all of the things going on, all of the DMs, all of the whatnots. And she says, we've never had, this is stuff I've never shared with you guys. I've never shared that not only did she send me her fake HCG, but she says, would it be in the 100,000s? Now, here's what you guys need to understand. I'm kind of an idiot. I've never won a Peabody Award. I went to a state school. But I am doing okay on YouTube. I've got a monthly car wash membership, bronze level. Okay? Things are all right in my world. I've got seasonal Santa Hawaiian shirts. I'm doing just fine. But at this time, as I was gallivanting through the South Indian Sea with my second trimester pregnant wife, or end of the first, she was starting to show a little bump, but also since we were traveling, people were like, maybe she's bloated. How about she was bloated and also pregnant? So as that's going down, I get this email from her, which includes the HCG. And I go, I don't know what to do with this. I didn't do anything with it. I don't even think I opened it, right? So that's at the point. Okay, I have this. This exists. This is in my inbox, and she only sent this to Clayton, Eckerd, and me. She sent this to nobody else. So I didn't even realize, and we'll go back here to my little slideshow. I didn't even realize what I was sitting on. So anyway, I let's bring Chase J. Jones back into it. I email Blair at Patreon, and I say, you got to help me out. I said, I need to find out who this person is. I think they're harassing me. And Blair says, I know you're afraid for your safety. Contact authorities, and then you can file with a cybercrime and blah, blah, blah. She says, we'd be happy to help you if you send us a subpoena. Fuck you, Blair. Patreon. You know how much money we've made Patreon? We've made them so much money, and they can't even help me out when I feel like I'm being harassed without getting the police involved. So I go, all right, look, I'm not gonna find out who it is. I was like, you can't just get a subpoena. My lawyer tells me we can't get a subpoena unless we get sued. They say you're just not going to get a subpoena unless you get sued. Well, guess what? I got sued. Okay, so hey, there it is. So kind of, I got an injunction against harassment on me. So anyway, she tried to get a protective order against me, and it was didn't go through and all of that. She claimed I injured her, morally or whatever the hell. All these things that were completely denied. She did claim she was pregnant in that restraining order, which was November. So as of November, still pregnant. So anyway, I got sued. Now that I've been sued, I get to send a subpoena to Patreon to find out who is behind Chase J. Jones. Patreon responds. Chase J. Jones doesn't exist. After a thorough search of our records, we were unable to locate any documents responsive to your request. Attached is Patreon links, certificate of no record. Thank you, Trina. And I said, so the Chase J. Jones continues to be a mystery. And that goes on and on and on. And who's Chase J? And I go, maybe I made Chase J. Jones up. Is this some Sixth Sense thing? I Googled Chase J. Jones. Their Medium article's gone. Where could it be? But then I remember Chase J. Jones did exist on October 19th. That's still in my inbox. So clearly they did exist and all of that. So anyway, we go through all the other aspects of the case. Let me go to slide 58 here. I got a lot of slides I'm working on. And this is another email I've never shared with anybody. Laura is sick of my conspiracy theory that she is Chase J. Jones. This is what she says. Quite frankly, I have hit my limit as to how much I can take from him without escalating this to litigation. By all accounts, I have been too patient, as my choice not to take it to the next level has allowed him to create 50 plus videos, more like 200 at this time, about me and talk about me for hours daily. He has endlessly discussed his conspiracy theories about Chase J. Jones and made daily allegations that it is me. I immediately denied it, and as you know, I didn't fight the subpoenas from Patreon or Google. His attempts to damage my reputation in that instance alone are grounds for defamation. Hold on a second. Wait a second. She says, hold on. I immediately denied it. I didn't fight the subpoenas from Patreon or Google. We didn't subpoena Laura on Patreon or Google. We subpoenaed Chase J. Jones. How does Laura know that we subpoenaed Chase J. Jones? We continue. So anyway, we subpoena Google. We say, hey, Google, we want to know who the hell Chase J. Jones is. They have a Gmail account. Who the F is Chase J. Jones? Chase J. Jones tries to quash the subpoena, which again, didn't work. My lawyer tries to verify Chase's identity. Hi, Mr. Jones. And by the way, thank you for all the money you guys donated. I was able to get this all, vetted through a lawyer on December 17th, 1 year ago. 1 year ago in 3 days. Thank you for following up on this. Happy to jump on a Zoom and get this cleared up tomorrow. Imagine if you're a journalist and you're being accused of being somebody that you're not. Your credibility is all you have as a journalist. All this person has to do is get on a FaceTime call, doesn't have to be in 4K, and we will get this sorted out. No response next day. Mr. Jones, I received a notification that you filed 2 motions to quash. A motion to quash means someone saying, I don't want to be a part of this. Just as note, they are fatally defective, in improper format, and lacking mandatory forms. Again, I would like to have a quick Zoom with you to clear this all up and avoid further work on my part and yours. Could we set up a time this week to engage in a quick Zoom call? Next day. Hello, dear Mr. Jones. As I predicted, the clerk has rejected your forms. If you would please contact me, perhaps we can resolve this and no further wasted effort on your part. My offer of a quick Zoom remains standing. I'm comfortable with mutual recording should you feel that is necessary. Next day. Hello, Mr. Jones. I'm reaching out again to see if we can clear this up. Why do I feel like a Jehovah's Witness here? Hello. I really just need a short Zoom call. That's all we need. 2 days later, Chase J. Jones responds. Why did they take 2 days to respond? Maybe they forgot to toggle back to this account from Laura Owens' account. Google and Patreon emailed me saying they have been served with subpoenas for my records to a court case I am not involved in and explained what I needed to file to quash the request. I did just that, and as a non-party to this case, I want nothing further to do with it. Chase. My lawyer, Mr. Jones. I understand that, and I don't want to be difficult, but I'm following up on an article about Clayton Eckerd you allegedly wrote, and it relates to this case. As a follower of Dave Neal, I'm sure you're aware of this case. You do pay to be in his Patreon. If we could just do a short Zoom, I can clear this all up. And then we never hear from Chase J. Jones again. Gone in the wind is Chase J. Jones. Now, we'll have more about this. We'll have more to talk about as far as Chase J. Jones goes. I don't want to bury the lead, but if you know how the story ends, you know that we were able to confirm the phone number that was used to set up the YouTube account for Chase J. Jones was, say it with me, Laura Owens. And that's where that story ends. And that's all we've got for you today. So a little fun Friday stuff for you. Wow, we have all these super chats. Which ones are these? So Stephanie says, I'm so buckled. We appreciate that, Stephanie. Nothing like it. $5 super chat. Laura, explain how you just quit riding horses after September with a high-risk pregnancy with zero care. Jamie says, what a slithering little snake she is. Marilyn says $5. F the Peabody Award. Let's give Dave a breadstick award instead. Oh, Jamie with $5 says, don't get me wrong. What she's doing is wrong and all of this. But I must say, I respect all the work she puts into finding BS to cover her butt. Yeah, but look, hey, like I've said before, if she could use that energy into making a good podcast, she'd be undeniable. You know how much energy she could put into having a good podcast? But instead, the reason why this all exists, I believe, my belief is this all exists because she was lab growing victimhood. She was looking for stories she could write about how these guys rejected her. Because the quickest way to be a victim, if you're a white woman, there aren't many ways, right? You're in a privileged class. The quickest way is if you got dumped. Everyone, oh, I'm so sorry, Lord. That guy was an asshole. He's the worst. Oh, yeah, well, guess what? He beat me up in New Zealand or wherever the fuck she went. Oh, my God, Iceland, Reykjavik, whatever. Oh, no way. Oh, yeah, you believe it or not, I had ovarian cancer. You did? Oh, my gosh, that's great. It's like, what? You can't just play game with life. That's not how it works. So, sorry, nobody told her we would raise money to prove all of this. So yeah, she's got lawyers that are ready to sue me for defamation. I'm still like, where? Did I put the defamation under where the fuck is it? Because everything we just showed is the goddamn truth. So what I just shared with you is just a snippet of some of the things I'll be working towards putting together for a live show. I have yet to sort of figure out the format. It's probably a few months away. I have a few people in the community that are helping me. I won't say who publicly, but I thank them for helping me get some of the documents together. It's very sloppy. But as you can see, the story of all of this chaos coming together, I can only tell it through my eyes. I can only tell the story from how it all came to me. I know it's way more complex than that, but from my eyes, just like the lies, the flat out manipulation. I mean, whenever, gaslighting's the biggest, hotbed word we have out there. But when you see what real gaslighting looks like, it is freaking believable. Do we get all the super chats? I think we did. Well, that's going to do it for me. Listen, here's the deal. I'm going live on Patreon right now. I'm going live right now onto Patreon. I got a lot of work to do. We're going to go make the podcast, but I think we delivered, right? More lies from Laura. You guys got some never before seen emails that I've been pulling together, trying to piece this whole thing together. It's messy out there. And again, we haven't even kind of hit the surface of telling this full story. And I know people might say, oh, Dave, come on, the story's over. Listen, I'm still under threats. And I need to bury this story so deep in the ground. This is like when you have like a sort of radioactive material. I got to bury this so that my next generation doesn't have to deal with it. And by burying it, I mean exposing this story in every like unimaginably true way. That way, if she does want to throw some crazy lawsuit at me, we are just picture locked with the truth. So for those, and again, they exist, for the people like, oh, Dave, why is he still talking about this? You lose friends over this. They want me to drop it. They weren't looking out for my best interest. They weren't looking out for my family. You guys have. I appreciate you for that. I appreciate the support sticking around, the super chats, and just the all of that, because it does make a difference. And again, if you think that things are over, it's like, you can see their little PR campaign is completely misremembering the truth. If she could unsend those emails, if Chase J. Jones could automatically vanish and not be tracked back to her cell phone, she would have cleared up those tracks. But in a manic attempt to create all these lies to smear Clayton, what she didn't realize is that we were going to have a hell of an audience here to expose the truth. So thank you, NASCAR Carol. Thank you. BS says receipts, baby. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll call the show. It's called Receipts, Baby. Anyhow, I'm going live on Patreon. I'll be there in 1 minute. We'll see you there. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. If you can't catch the live there, then just join me on the podcast, which is going to be available this afternoon. Scan it right there. I got all of your entertainment news, pop culture news, political news, UFOs. I got weird inspirational quotes, whatever you need. It's there. Scan it, baby. If you want to help me out, that's the way to do it. Going into 2025, the podcast, the non-Bachelor stuff will be on YouTube as well. That's right. If you follow the Clayton story but don't give two shits about Bachelor Nation, you're going to need to subscribe anyway and make sure you're there, because we're going to have twice daily videos that cover all the interesting stories out there. Thank you guys in advance, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.